short segment. You were talking about people have to want it. And then let's get into your view on the Illuminati and who's running this system.
Yeah, so, you know, like I was saying, you know, it's hard to get people to listen and to get people to want to change. They got to want that change on their own. That'll never happen. You can't force somebody to want to change their life and change their way of thinking, to understand what's really going on, that they've been manipulated. Their parents and their grandparents have been manipulated. You know, it's hard to break somebody out of that spell, you know, and their way of thinking and their belief system. You know what I mean? Because they're in a comfortable space where, you know, it just shatters their whole entire world, like, and their way of thinking. It hurts too much. It's way too comfortable for them to just stay the way they are. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like Neo in The Matrix when Morpheus gives him the red pill, and he goes, look, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that's a difficult thing, you know, and I found that real challenging, you know what I mean, growing up and you know, dealing with the environment that I come from, you know, that street world where, you know, it's a lot of knuckleheads, you know what I mean? It's real difficult to reach them, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I had to learn the hard way that, you know, I just sit back and the people that are around me that notice what I'm all about and the things that I learn and, you know, the things that I put in my music a lot, and those that want that change in their life, they'll come to me. I don't even have to find them, you know what I mean?
How did you begin to awaken?
I mean, it was about 1989. You know, I went to high school in Manhattan. I went to art and design, where I met my music partner, Havoc. You know what I mean? And back then, they used to have these tables out in the street on random corners in like Queens and Manhattan, Bronx and Brooklyn, all the 5 boroughs or whatever. They used to have these tables, and it was like Muslim guys selling books. You know what I mean? Or they looked like they were Muslim to me. You know what I mean? Because they had on the garb, the hats, and you know, the whole get up or whatever. So I used to stop at the tables, and I used to buy this coconut oil. I like how it smells, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
stay there. Let's come back. We've got Prodigy of Mobb Deep on with us right now. Long segment coming up. And also, Prodigy, when we come back, let's plug all your websites and things. There's so many of them. I'm going to make sure I get the right ones out, so we'll drop those on people. On the other side, I'm Alex Jones. This is the Genesis Network, GCNlive.com. All Hades is breaking loose right now in the economy. Everything is proceeding as the globalists have foreseen it. Well, we've got the jump on them if people will listen.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lung system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lung system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Calbin Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calbin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calbin on the web at 5starsoap.com.
This is my song to the Most High, who created all life on earth, like the birds that fly, the sweet air we breathe, all the plants and trees, the sun, and every planet in the galaxy. Yo, they feeding us books with all these books. We didn't ask to be here. We got took, enslaved and killed. We was raped and hung. We was lied to and forced to build America, robbed of our technology and knowledge of self. The black man is the original man of this earth. We can live under the sun. It give us strength. The white man gets sunburned and cancer of the skin. I got a lot of white friends. I'm not a racist. I acknowledge the Most High. I'm not an atheist. I just see through the bullshit and speak my mind. They terrified of my words, so they censor my rhymes. Good Lord, I'm crying out to you. Have mercy on the slave master's souls. They did us dirty. They don't give a fuck about their own poor white trash. Just imagine how they feel about my black heads. Christopher Columbus, the Indians was here first. The Vatican, the pyramids is older. Shut off the nose and the lips of our statues. Mad it was black faces staring back at you. We even built pyramids on Mars. They won't tell us about that, cause then we realize who we are. When I wrote Pearly Gates, they said I hated God, so I wrote this song for the creator, the all.
My world is empty without you, babe. My world is empty.
All right. Prodigy of Mobb Deep is our guest for another 45 minutes or so. Then we're going to get a pop-in from Mike Adams on the police and the feds raiding folks selling mangoes, papayas, other evil things like raw milk cheese, and they got them on $120,000 bond each. A public store, again, to be technical, I bought food at another store this weekend, but my wife went to Whole Foods and got the raw milk cheese. It's our favorite. We've been buying it for a couple of years. Now that it's available, it tastes completely different. So are they going to raid Whole Foods here in Austin? I mean, this is incredible stuff, so that's coming up. Now, following this, where's the stock market right now? Because, guys, I know it's plunging as we speak. Dow plunges 350 points on total fear and is still dropping. The dollar's dropping. Gold has blasted up to, what is it, 1,680 something? Now, give me the latest on that. It's all moving up quick because they're globally devaluing the dollar. They're talking about tax increases and super Congress. This is a tax increase to devalue your money. And if you're wealthy, it's going to hurt you. If you're middle class, it's going to hurt you really bad. And if you're poor, you're in trouble because the wages aren't going up, but what you can buy with that money's going down. My grandma on her Social Security, she worked at a print shop till she was 70-something years old. And my grandma can't basically live without us helping her. Okay, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about what's happening. This is bondage. This is bondage. The globalists are destroying the world economy, their carbon taxes, all of it. We're going to be breaking it down. Going back to Prodigy of Mobb Deep, a legendary Grammy Award winning rapper who goes right back to the start of all the big superstars we have today. He was getting into his awakening. And he started to, you'd gotten to the point of talking to folks selling books on the street. Please continue.
Yeah, so there was this guy named Dr. York. You know, he had a community in Brooklyn called the Ansar Law Community. And basically he had his people out in the street selling books and the Muslim oils and different things like that, like incense and stuff like that. So I used to stop at the table to pick up this coconut oil because I liked how it smelled, you know, because the girls liked it. So at the table, they would sell these books written by Dr. York. You know what I mean? And there was a book. The first books that I've read were books on like the holidays. One book was about Christmas. One was about Easter, and it showed like the origin of these pagan, you know, evil holidays. So I picked it up, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Because they had the Christmas book had the Santa Claus looking like Satan on the cover. So it was just like strange. I never saw nothing like that before. You know, I was only like 16. So I picked up the book, and I started getting into it, and I started learning who Dr. York is and what he's about and the stuff that he teaches. And then I started reading a lot of his books. And I realized that, you know, this dude was basically teaching, you know, people, especially black people, you know, about our origin and where we come from and how we, you know, we have a great history in this world and how we were, like, basically brainwashed, you know, and soul-washed of all of our history and of who we are and everything.
Well, that's right. If you go back to Roman times, no one looked at and said black men were inferior. I mean, that wasn't even, you know, debated or discussed, and you can lay out your historical review. But what really, from my research, you go back 500 years ago, they wanted to start this transatlantic slave trade, and they had indentured servants who were white in Europe, but they said, hey, we can use Bible passages and distort them, dealing with Ham and Cain and Abel, and say that these people deserved to be slaves, and it actually took some selling, but because the sailors themselves from Europe were mainly pressed and slaves on the ships, if you actually research it, I mean, most of them were captured and put on the ships to run them. That's why there were so many people breaking off and becoming pirates, that then they sold that idea, and that really is an idea that didn't exist till, what, 500 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. You know, they flipped it. And a lot of the Bible, so-called Bible stories and all that, or whatever. So, you know, Dr. York was just putting it out there, you know what I mean, and really, you know, exposing it to the world, you know, and sharing the information with everybody and accepting everybody also. You know, no matter what color you are, no matter what race you are, he was teaching that this is information that need to be, you know, just that needs to be put out there, needs to be learned, that can help save your soul.
When did you start learning about the Illuminati? Because you told me you've seen the Obama deception, you know, the radio show. I said, well, what's your favorite clip? And you said the Bohemian Grove, the David Gergen situation.
Yeah. I mean, through his books, you know, through Doc books, that's how I learned about it. That's how I bumped into it. Because, you know, it all coincides with each other. You know what I mean? Once you start learning the origin of things and you start learning, you know, the background of things, or what's going on, you're going to stumble on this word Illuminati, and you're going to stumble on, you know, the whole diabolical plan and the whole grand scheme of things of what's happening, you know what I mean? So that's how I bumped into it. And then, you know, later on, years down the line, you know, I started doing research to make, I'm like, this is too unbelievable. The information that I was learning was like too incredible. You know what I mean? So it forces you to do your own research. It forces you, like back then, there wasn't no internet when I was growing up. You know what I mean? So I had to go to the library, you know what I mean, and check books out.
That's what I did, the exact same thing. So you've been awake for close to 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've been learning ever since I was like 16. I've been learning, doing research. So, you know, I'm 36 now. You know what I mean? So that's about, 20 years. You know what I mean? I've been really doing my research, you know what I mean, and studying this whole thing. You know, so I started in the libraries, finding old books and just passing around information that used to get passed around the street, like different VHS videotapes that a lot of the people that I knew in the street life, like a lot of my criminal friends, you know, they weren't all just just dumb criminals running around. A lot of them were very intelligent, You know what I mean? A lot of them...
Well, that's the economy, like they say in The Godfather, that for 100 years they've been shipping the illegal contraband into those black neighborhoods to make that the zone where it was acceptable. So people say, oh, look, these people are criminals. Well, the point is that's the economy that was set up there by the system.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. And it's a you know, it's a stereotypical thing that people look at us like, oh, whatever, he's just or whatever. You know what I mean? But